For years, artificial intelligence inference was dominated by a single data stream, text. But that architecture is breaking down. Today's foundation models like Wan-2 and Qwen-3-Omni are designed to ingest and generate text, image, audio, and video interchangeably within a single computational workflow. Processing these different media types simultaneously changes the physical requirements of the system. These heterogeneous workloads rely on memory footprints that quickly reach the limits of current hardware. This table details the peak VRAM requirements for supported diffusion models during standard inference. Look at Hunyuan Image 3.0. It demands 80 gigabytes of peak VRAM and requires tensor parallelism across at least 3 devices just to function. Traditional inference engines were engineered to accelerate large language models by optimizing key-value caches for autoregressive text generation. When you force an 80-gigabyte multi-device diffusion workload through that legacy pipeline, the system hits a hard physical limit. Serving these models at scale requires a shift away from executing the entire model as a single, indivisible block on a single device. The response from the open-source community is vLLM-Omni. It is a modality-agnostic execution framework specifically engineered to resolve the operational friction between text encoders and computationally heavy diffusion components. The core thesis driving vLLM-Omni is fully disaggregated serving. It decomposes the workload across 3 specific pillars: pipeline stage graphs, multidimensional hardware parallelism, and mathematical compute pruning. Mastering these 3 pillars is the prerequisite for extracting low-latency, production-grade throughput from modern foundation models. This diagram illustrates the framework's stage graph abstraction. Instead of running a model as a single entity, the architecture decomposes it into independent computational phases. Here, Stage 1 operates as the autoregressive engine, handling initial text processing before hitting a strict memory isolation barrier. Take the Qwen-3 TTS speech ecosystem as an example. In that model, Stage 1 acts as the talker, an autoregressive component synthesizing discrete audio tokens known as RVQ codecs. Once synthesized, those intermediate tokens must cross the boundary into entirely distinct, non-autoregressive hardware environments to execute Stage 2 or Stage 3. In our Qwen-3 TTS pipeline, Stage 3 is the code-to-wave predictor. This component deterministically transforms the stream of codec tokens into a raw 24 kHz acoustic waveform. By isolating these functional stages, developers can independently optimize, partition, and scale each component according to its exact memory requirements and hardware constraints. But physically decoupling a model introduces a severe operational risk. How do you prevent downstream generators from sitting idle while they wait for upstream text encoders to finish their processing? This diagram outlines the solution. The Omni connector acts as the unified data transfer mechanism, bridging these isolated memory pools. It relies on a dynamic resource allocation strategy called pipeline stage execution overlapping. Rather than waiting for full stage completion, the Omni connector continuously routes intermediate representations, like hidden states and codec tokens, across the distributed pipeline, aggressively minimizing idle compute time. This execution overlap ensures downstream stages start processing immediately, which is required to achieve low-latency, real-time streaming outputs. Routing data efficiently solves the communication gap, but it doesn't solve the physical boundary of the hardware itself. The parameter weights of these foundation models heavily exceed the maximum memory capacity of any single accelerator. Using the framework's stage-based command line interface, administrators manually disaggregate the deployment. They use environmental variables to explicitly pin discrete pipeline phases to specific independent GPUs. To fit the model architecture across those nodes, they utilize pipeline parallelism. This process sequentially slices massive denoising transformer blocks, assigning absolute ownership of a specific slice to a separate GPU.
When processing high-resolution images, sequence parallelism partitions the massive input data along the sequence dimension. Variants like DeepSpeed Ulysses distribute this load across an all-to-all communication mesh, so each device processes a mathematical subset. Finally, at the most granular mathematical level, tensor parallelism shards the actual weight matrices of the linear layers, dividing the feed-forward networks directly, so the burden of dense matrix multiplication is shared. Mapping computational workloads across all 3 of these dimensions simultaneously is mandatory to prevent out-of-memory exceptions when running massive 14 billion parameter video models. Diffusion architectures require one additional, highly specific parallelization technique. Because they utilize classifier-free guidance, or CFG, the system must execute both a positively conditioned prompt and an unconditionally negative prompt simultaneously to calculate the final directional vector. CFG parallelism isolates these twin tasks physically. It routes the evaluation of the positive prompt entirely to rank 0, and the negative prompt to an independent GPU at rank 1. This physical isolation of the dual prompt rendering yields an immediate 1.8 times acceleration in pure inference speed. Even with optimal parallelization, you still face a strict computational bottleneck. Diffusion models demand an extraordinarily high volume of operations because they repetitively process the latent variables across dozens of denoising time steps. However, adjacent time steps often process remarkably similar internal feature representations. The cached IT backend leverages this temporal redundancy to intelligently reuse intermediate results and skip redundant computations. This decision flowchart maps out how the system prunes compute. The first check is step computation masking, or SCM. It completely masks out steps that algorithms predict will have minimal impact on final image fidelity. The second check is Taylor seer. This bypasses static caching by using Taylor series polynomial extrapolation to mathematically predict the precise trajectory of the next output state. Finally, at the microarchitectural level, the dual block cache evaluates the mathematical residual difference between the current input and the previously cached state. If the difference is below a threshold, it uses the cache. Otherwise, it forces full computation. By configuring these specific residual thresholds, infrastructure engineers can increase overall system throughput and lower latency without yielding noticeable degradation and without requiring costly model retraining. In an active production environment, physical hardware resources are strictly finite. Maximizing the utility of your available accelerator memory directly dictates the overarching economics of the entire AI cluster. To address this, the framework utilizes OmniSleep mode. This feature is designed to forcefully reclaim physical VRAM from targeted idle model stages without shutting down the central API server. During a Level 1 execution, the system initiates a deterministic device-to-host transfer. It physically unmaps the multi-gigabyte weight tensors from the GPU and offloads them directly into the host system's standard CPU RAM. The VRAM is vacated immediately, but because the exact mathematical model state is preserved perfectly in standard memory, the system maintains a fast wake-up sequence when generation requests resume. This aggressive memory discard allows administrators to dynamically pivot and repurpose cluster hardware for high-pressure workloads, like executing gradient descent during an active RLHF cycle. We have mapped out the entire pipeline, dynamically routing heterogeneous data via the Omni connector, sharding memory constraints across strict physical dimensions, and mathematically pruning temporal waste out of the diffusion loops. vLLM-Omni functions as a structural coordinator for multi-stage foundation models, managing the hardware orchestration that standard engines cannot. As models integrate more modalities, the efficiency of the underlying inference engine will determine whether these systems can be effectively deployed in high-demand production environments.